say that today is episode 59. I am doing a little bit of a wake and bake with you today. And I've got a little bit of a new styled video for you. So this video will be edited quite a bit, but enough for you to see everything we've been doing. We're going to be working on building the farm area for the farmhouse. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pack up, roll up, heat up that rig. We're going to take a hit, and then we're going to read baked Reddit stories. I just wanted to welcome and thank our new Insomniac bean. Our new Insomniac bean. Melanette. Thank you so much for becoming an Insomniac bean. I hope that you've been able to catch up on the videos that we've got on the member side of the channel. Hopefully you've been getting some relaxation. Thank you again so much for becoming an Insomniac bean. Let's go ahead and take a hit, and then we will start reading these stories. I have to grab a lighter real quick. It was in a drawer. Alright, happy Monday to everyone on the channel, and happy Sunday to the members of the channel, since you're going to be seeing this a little bit earlier. I hope you had a great weekend. Cheers. Alright. Before we start, let's go ahead and hydrate. Alrighty. And in our first story, which is matching up with the beautiful Minecraft music, OP says, "My cousin and I got stoned on his roof late at night, and his brother couldn't know we smoked. So once the munchies kicked in, we went to his kitchen to get some chocolate biscuit cake. My cousin pulled out 2 tiny ass plates and 2 forks. He then proceeded to slam the fork into the cake. I said, 'Why don't you use a knife?' But then he just smiled and ripped off the most perfect piece of cake I've ever seen. Then he spotted his brother and ran into his room and left me in the kitchen. I was gonna run too, but I hadn't got my piece of cake yet. His brother walked into the kitchen and said, 'Ooh, chocolate biscuit cake.' And I was under so much pressure to act normal that I didn't know what to do. So I slammed my fork into the cake and smiled and proceeded to rip the cake in half. He freaked out and said, 'Why the F didn't you use a knife?' And then the uncontrollable laughter kicked in. I said, 'I didn't know where the knives were.' To which he replied, 'Where did you get the fork?' So I pointed at a random drawer, which he opened, and had only knives in it. I couldn't control my laughter anymore, so I ran away with my giant piece of cake falling off my tiny plate. I don't think he knew I was high. Probably." Excuse me. That was an amazing story. I actually ended up collecting a bunch of these stories last night and was kind of reading them all his brother gave it to me. Like, I didn't go through the drawers. That was a good one. I like that. And right now, apologies, my goodness. Sometimes those ribs really take me. And like I said, right now we're doing a wake and bake, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, right now what we're doing, I'm gonna go back and forth about talking about, the Reddit stories, and then what we're doing in Minecraft. So right now we are building a fenced off kind of area specific to where the farm is gonna be. And by the way, I got this idea to do like Minecraft and Reddit stories to a guy, a YouTuber named, I believe, Baby Jamie. So this is not my original idea, but I just wanted to shout out who I, got inspired by, because I have been watching those videos every time I'm cooking, and it's because I'm not really too interested in what he's building, but interested in him reading. I don't know, that's it. I just need some entertainment, some stimulation while I cook. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on here. What is the next story that I have for you? Okay, this one is not so much of like a story time the way that one was, but the question was, what is the highest thing you have ever done while high? I was really excited for these. I didn't find too many people posting under this, but overall it was actually kind of hard for me to find any kind of post related to being baked, so that was very interesting. At least not like stories, not what I wanted. A bunch of pictures of like bud and stuff, and concentrate, and people just talking about it, which was really cool to see, but you know what I mean. No story times, really. Alright, so what is the highest thing you've ever done while high? Okay, so OP says multiple times. Peeled banana threw good part in garbage. Walked away with the peel. Multiple times OP has grabbed a banana, peeled it, threw the good part that you're supposed to eat in the garbage, and walked away with just the peel. With just the peel. That is crazy. I think that I definitely am not reaching into the trash can for that. But does OP go and grab another banana? Is this the last banana in the house? Like, if it's the last banana in the house and I'm fried off my mind, and that's what I was really looking forward to, man, I would be so upset. Not only because I threw my banana away, but I haven't learned my lesson if this has happened multiple times. That is hilarious. I like that. Alright. Another kind of comment under the what is the highest thing you have ever done while high? Also, this is a lot of these that I'm seeing right now are about seven years ago, which I think is insane. Oh my god. Anyways, I was on Skype with my best friend, and she was talking to me. I just sat there watching her because I thought I was watching Netflix. So I thought this was freaking hilarious last night, and mean, like, very, very relatable. I'm gonna have to keep whispering for a little bit because, that rip I took at the beginning of the video, it is messing with me hard right now, so if I were to talk like this, I think that I'm gonna have to clear my throat a little more, so maybe I'll just keep pausing the video and clearing it, chugging some water. Probably because the kids are trying to come in the room now. But anyways, yeah, to be on a video call with your bestie and you're just staring at them is so crazy. I mean, like, very, very relatable. Very, 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 very relatable. But man, you gotta be fried. Fried. I don't even think that I would have made it to the video call. I would have just been like, no, I'm good. Or maybe my bestie wouldn't have even received a message from me because I'm so baked. No, that's hilarious though. I love that for them. But also, what did the bestie think? I don't know, like, did they know you were high? Were they okay with you just staring at them? How long did it take them to realize that you were just zoning out, just staring at them? and then how did you explain this? I don't know, these are fun. These are fun. Alright. The next one is, what is the highest thing you've ever done while high again? And OP said, I went downstairs to pour a glass of milk for myself. My parents happened to be in the kitchen. So in my best sober impression, I pour a glass quickly and leave. Halfway up the stairs, I realize I took the gallon and not the glass. At that point, I had to commit. Okay. I think props. Let me take a sip of water before I start talking. Oh my goodness. It'd be a great time for you to hydrate with me too. Okay. So, I would love to know, did OP end up drinking out of the gallon? Also, my AC just kicked on, so I apologize for that. Apparently it's too hot in here at 6:31 a.m. on July 20th, 2025 when I'm recording, but it'll be July 21st when you hear this. Anyways, yeah, did you commit to actually drinking out of the gallon? If so, that is disgusting. And I'm so sorry. Okay, listen. If you have been watching me for a while, and you're telling me that we're finally getting to know each other, and you tell me that you drink stuff out of the gallon like that, I'm gonna be judgmental. Okay, let me back up here. I would say that if you live alone, I get it. Go for it. You know, sometimes you just want a quick sip of something, you know, like you don't want a whole glass of it, so whatever, man, you know, you drink from that gallon or carton. But if you live with someone, I'm gonna call you out, man. That's nasty. Please stop doing that. That's really gross. I don't know. It's just nasty. You're putting your mouth all over something, and then someone else in the household is gonna open that, pour out their liquids, which is gonna be touching that cap that you just sucked on, and then they're gonna drink it. That's crazy. And do they even know? And if they know, that's even worse, I think. Oh man, Like, they know you do this, but maybe you told them that you're trying to stop, but you keep doing it by accident, or you just, keep doing it by habit. I don't know, man, I gotta call you out, that's kind of gross. But if you live alone, I get it. And you live alone, like, you don't have to respect someone else's space. So, other than your own, it's your place, man. I don't know, that just got a really nasty image in my head. Okay. I could also be like this and have this opinion because back in school, it could be high school, middle school, whenever we started having the ability to buy little bags of chips. Anyways, mainly in high school is when this grossed me out, so I guess there is a timeline here. I always had a bag of spicy chips on me. Always. I love spicy foods, especially if they're snacks. I'm not much of a sweet kind of lady, but spicy all the way. All the way. Anyways, I would go to school and I would always have like a pack of gum on me. I'd always have something to drink because I'm trying to stay hydrated, but I would always have spicy chips with me. Excuse me. And people are thirsty as heck, bro. They would come up to me, and it could be people that I'm not even actually friends with. Like, I'll just talk to them if I want to talk to them, or, they talk to me. I'm not gonna be rude, I'll answer. Just, I don't know if you're kind of understanding, but like, yeah, not my friend. I guess maybe an acquaintance, but they'll come up to me thirsty as hell asking for a handful of chips, and most of the time I would not say no because I'm like, you're not asking for the whole bag, so let me pour you some. I got you. So I would pour some chips on like a paper towel for them. All is good that way. I really prefer when I have control over the situation like that. But, there were some people that I was closer with, like that I would actually consider my friends, and I'd let them eat out of my bag of chips. Let me tell you, I do not let people do that anymore, because just watching someone put their hot freaking hands in a bag of my chips, it just grosses me out. So I'm wondering if that's why I'm grossed out by drinking from a gallon of anything, if you live with someone else. But yeah, back then, I really thought that was nasty, and I still do think that that's nasty when people put their hands into my bag. Now, if the producer wants to eat out of my chips, of course I'm gonna let her, but she doesn't like chips, number one, so that's good for me. But number two, she doesn't gross me out like that. I don't know why my friends did. It's not even like they were doing anything nasty with their hands in real time before grabbing my bag of chips, but every time that I would go back into the bag of chips, the inside of the bag was just so hot, and it's just a nasty feeling. I don't know if you get me, and if you do understand me, I am so sorry for that, because I know it's gross, man. It's disgusting. Ew. I'm gonna go turn off the AC though real quick so that you can enjoy this Minecraft music, and then we'll get back into these stories. Bam, I am back, and the AC has been turned off. It's off. Alright, next up is, what is your go-to high story? Oh wait, I'm too baked. Oh my Lanta. I wish I could just cut that out, but I can't cut that out. It's what is your got too high story? For a minute there, I thought that they were already baked and typing that, and they just misspelled it or whatever. No, it's just me. So, what is your got too high story? Let's see what OP has to say. My story is twofold. Number one, I was fresh out of the military and ready to experience life without being reprimanded. I lived in a state where weed was legal. I went to some cheap dispo and I had no idea what I was doing. I bought a hybrid blend. Although, looking back, I'm 99% sure it was not grown as a hybrid, but just a mixed. I am too baked. I apologize. Just a mix made from leftover sativa and indica crumbs after rolling blunts. I got home and I smoked. I was on my balcony and eventually had to get on my hands and knees. I got inside, still on all fours, staring at the carpet. I became one with the carpet. I was the carpet. The carpet was me. I watched an intricate dance within the fibers. I swear to God, it took me 3 hours to crawl to my bed where I watched my body float to the ceiling and stare back at my body laying in the bed, where I proceeded to spin like a ceiling fan. Alright, wow. So, I don't think that I've ever experienced something like this. I would say with other substances, yes, but with bud, no, like edibles or anything like that. Not that I can think of. I have definitely greened out, but were they about to green out? I don't know, because they saw their body float to the ceiling and stare back at their own body laying in bed. That almost sounds like it could have been something else. Maybe something else was added. I don't know. Tampered with, maybe, in a way. I don't know, but I'm only saying that though because I have not experienced something like this with bud. So that's very interesting. I would have been interested to smoke with this person because this sounds insane. Maybe I could have helped them get to bed a little faster. They swear it took them 3 hours to crawl to bed. That's insane. Like, I get couch lock, but man, this is intense. That's interesting. Alright, next one is another what is your got too high story. And OP says, during my university days, me and my flatmate smoked 2 huge buds his father brought us. His father failed to mention that he was experimenting with cross-breeding strains, so each bud was 2 strains in one. Anyways, halfway through the night we ordered food because of the munchies. Then, not even 2 minutes later, we ordered food again because we were hungry and forgot about the first order. So we sat there playing GTA with 2 large pizzas, 2 kebabs, and 3 liters of Dr. Pepper, and created a conspiracy theory that the 2 security guards of the building were in fact one person. They were both named Tony. I think that is such a cute story because I think this is something that OP will remember for life. memories like this that happen with others, because I also feel the same way, like the way I'm hoping that OP feels, at least, where I'm gonna remember certain things for life because they were just so fun. And like with my friends, I got to share that memory with someone that I really cared about, you know? For instance, like, let me think here. I want to say that it could have been 2018 or possibly 2019. It was New Year's, like the night before New Year's Eve. So, you know, everyone's getting ready to party. I had a lot of drinks that I was bringing. You know, there's gonna be bud, there's gonna be a lot of good stuff. But the funny thing is there was only gonna be 3 of us at my friend's house. We were house sitting for her dad. Her dad and his girlfriend were going out of town, so we were watching the dog in the house. Anyways, this is a memory I just always remember because I was spending it like that weekend with my childhood friend, and she is so cool. We aren't friends anymore, but I do still wish her well. And I just remember it was her boyfriend, myself, and the dog. And we were getting blitzed. And I remember I really, 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 really wanted a waffle. And her dad happened to have some like frozen chocolate waffles in the fridge that you can just pop in the, I almost said the microwave, in the toaster. Well, she got them out for me, gave me the box. I'm sitting at our dining room table, and you guessed it, I just start munching on those frozen chocolate waffles. It was one of the best waffles I've ever had in my life. And I was just so baked. Like, right now, I know that it was great. She even took a picture of me munching on that frozen waffle. But I can't really put myself in the memory anymore because it's been so long. But I do remember just how much fun I had with my friend and her boyfriend. It was such a great time. So I just hope that you also get the chance to experience anything with like friends and stuff like that, because I think holding on to memories like that for life is just, it can help you get through a lot, especially if you're alone at a certain period of your life and you're just feeling down. You can look back on the good times and just remember that people do care about you. But anyways, sorry, not to get too far off topic. Let's go back to the Reddit stories. Alright. We have another what is your got too high story. I walked into a Wingstop and started ordering. Let me get a 10-piece lemon pepper with a side of mango habanero, barbecue, garlic parm, and some celery sticks with blue cheese to dip, and lemonade. It felt like it took 10 minutes to say, and the whole time I thought, why isn't this girl taking down my order as I'm saying it? Maybe she has a really good memory. Then she said, can I get a name for your order? What would you like? And then I realized I hadn't said a single word yet. Let's take a sip of water, let's hydrate. Okay, so I will be totally honest. I don't understand. I don't understand how some people can get super baked and then go out in public and order food or even like coffee. That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. I might have to keep whispering for a while. That rip took me out, man. But anyways, yeah, I've never been baked, like really, really baked, how OP seemed to be, and ordered, but also was just staring at the worker. If anything, I get like just very slight anxiety if I have to order while I'm baked and I'm like out in public. But I am usually able to get my words out. You know, sometimes there's a stutter or two, but I can get it out. And I'm not, just staring in silence. So I think it's very fascinating that people do this all the time and like they actually go out and order while they're baked. I don't know. I prefer to go grab my food. Like if I'm getting something out of the house, I either like to order it ahead of time. It just depends on the place. Or I'll just wait to smoke, like I want to go grab my food because I don't like to drive after I've ripped it. If you do, please be careful. You shouldn't be. But, I know sometimes it does happen, so be careful, please. Anyways, I'm not encouraging that, by the way. Just be careful. So, since I don't typically drive, while baked, I just wait till I get home to spark up, because, man, I think sparking up literally right before you are about to munch, it's the best thing in the world. I absolutely love eating while I'm baked. The meal is just so top tier compared to if I were sober. I'm slamming, like, oh man, I don't know, I could just go on and on about that, but food is delicious, especially when you're baked. Oh my gosh. Anyways, enough yapping. Alright, the next few stories are gonna be about mainly edible experiences, so just as a fair warning, most of them go downhill, so that's why I kind of waited till halfway through the video to start these. Just something light at the start, and now just a fair trigger warning. If you don't like graining out stories, I would say maybe start to close your eyes and take some deep breaths so you can fall asleep quicker. Or feel free to hop off the video, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you and your time. Alright, let's get ready. So, OP says, I, 23 female, and my boyfriend, 25 male, decided to eat edibles for the first time. We had been talking about it for the longest and decided that we will do this on his birthday since we're going to be out of town. We went to a restaurant and ate, and then headed over the place where the edibles are sold. We asked the man to get us... What? I'm so sorry, OP really messed up that sentence. Okay, so basically they asked the man what to get, and he gave them a sativa strain that said 600 milligrams on the packet. And OP says that this is important for later. My boyfriend decided to get a mushroom and go all out because why not? We ate the edibles on the way to give time for it to work, since we were told it takes about an hour to take effect. When we got to the hotel, we took a shower. While in the shower, my boyfriend calls out He says he's beginning to feel the effect, and I was still feeling nothing. His eyes were red, and everything was funny to him. So my dumbass, feeling FOMO at this point, decided to take another one. We snuggled in for the night while I laughed at him. And then it hit me. We were watching Interstellar, and it looked like the alien in the movie was coming out of the TV. It was funny. We laughed. Shit hit the fan when the room started to spin, and I was so anxious it felt like my heart was beating in my throat. I was super thirsty, and for some reason my senses felt heightened. Everything was in slow motion. I told my boyfriend I felt like I was about to die. He was like, "Calm down, you're just overreacting." I started to frantically search for my phone because he hid it. When I found it, I called his cousin, but he didn't pick up. I called my friend, and she picked up, and I told her I had 1,200 milligrams of edibles, and I felt like dying. She says to me, "Are you effing dumb? You're going to die," and I lost it. I was just bawling my eyes out and asked for an ambulance since she has my location. So she sent one. In a matter of minutes, the cops showed up. EMTs showed up. It was a full house. Long story short, I threw up, cried to my boyfriend not to leave because I threw up, and cleaned it on him. What? Found out I only had 200 milligrams because it said 600 milligrams because it had 6 pieces in it, and he snuggled me to sleep. So, that was a lot. And I just feel like every time that I have greened out, it has always almost been with an edible. But as I've gotten older and, I've been able to experience with different types of edibles and different milligrams and all that good stuff, I definitely think that I found my sweet spot, and that is typically 10 milligrams, no more than 20. And back in 2019, when I met the producer, I was able to take 75 to 100 milligrams and feel baked, but I was able to control myself, it was not like a greening out type of situation until, man, I don't really know. I don't know what happened. I think I kind of just took like a break from edibles, and then I just kind of forgot how hard they hit. So, if you're ever interested in taking edibles, I really do think that you should probably start with 10 milligrams, but if you want, cut it in half. But even then, you're not really gonna know how much is in the half that you got. There are also options to like microdose, dosages or whatnot. Some dispensaries sell like mints, and I've never tried them, but I hear that they taste pretty good, and they are about 2.5 milligrams each piece. So, I mean, if you're interested in that, or you do enjoy the effects, that body high that edibles have, but you don't want to get to the greening out point, I do suggest that maybe try those smaller microdose amounts like the 2.5 milligrams, and they might even have a 5 milligram kind of deal. It all depends on the dispo though, so you might have to do a little bit of research or ask your bud tender. They can point you in the right direction. Sometimes, okay, sometimes. But right now, we are just filling in all of the fences that we need to go underneath every single piece of dirt for this farm. Let me tell you, this was such an insane project. I played over 3 hours of this, and I still needed to keep getting extra materials because, man, we were blowing through it with the cobble for the fencing, and now we need So, OP says, couple nights back, I'm chilling with my new glass piece, showing off to the boys, and bam, I knocked it off the table as I'm packing a cone. Shatters everywhere. Total buzzkill. Right as we're about to blaze up. Ever smashed a bong at the dumbest moment? What went down? Spill your pain. I totally feel that for OP, and I feel so bad that they had to go through that. I have broken, okay, not me personally, but I have seen my own glass pieces get broken by other people, and it is such a bad feeling. It's the worst feeling I have ever felt when partaking. There was this glass piece that I had when I met the producer. We got it together. It was one of our first pieces together. I named her Edna, my glass piece Edna, because she was just amazing. And I don't know, not saying that Edna from The Incredibles is amazing, but she is funny. And this piece was so thick. It was a glugger. Like, oh my god. The ribs off that thing were so smooth. It was amazing. It was such a unique, just glass piece overall. Overall, just a great, one-of-a-kind kind of piece. I got it at a small tobacco shop in a city I didn't live in, but I was fairly close, so. But one day, the producer and I are lighting up in our apartment living room, and we forgot that we had set the piece on the ground. Well, the producer accidentally gets up or something, stretches her leg. I have no idea. I just see Edna crashing to the floor at very fast speeds, and it breaks her neck, like where you would put your mouth. I don't know what it's called. Man, I'm bad at this. The stem. Is that the stem? Or is the stem where the bowl goes? I don't know. See, I don't really know that much. I'm just here for a good time. But it was basically a clean cut and very much dead. It couldn't be revived. It couldn't be repaired. So I think about that bong a lot because it was my favorite one. But recently, oh man, I broke one of the producer's bongs, so now we're even. And she said I can't bring up Edna anymore. I never do it in a resentful way, by the way. I'm always just joking with her. But we have not even just broken 2 bongs. I think, at least in my lifetime, even without being with the producer, I have seen my bongs break at least 5 different times, and that is just money down the drain. It hurts. And all the good times, oh man, especially if it's a good piece, that just sucks. Now we're covering up all of the fencing right now, and I don't know if you can hear it on your end, but on my end, when I walk on the dirt on top of the fencing, it sounds like I'm walking on wooden planks. It's very weird, very interesting. But I can tell you that I've not trampled any of the plowed dirt. So I think this method is going to be a method we have to continue to use, especially since mobs just mobs spawn randomly, can be friendly or harmful mobs. They all just spawn in the field. It's really weird. But maybe we need to add some lighting as well. We're gonna go to bed though, and then kind of see where we go from here. Let me know how you feel about today's episode though. I don't know if I'm gonna always be reading stories to you, but if you do like that, hey, let me know, I got you. But, anyways, let's see if we have any others for you. Okay, it says mature content. Oh man, now my page isn't loading. Oh, it's not loading anymore, I apologize. It just keeps saying all the other stories have mature content. And then I say I'm over 18, but then it doesn't go. Darn. Alright, well, I apologize for that. Looks like that was the last story. Man. Well, anyways, let me know how you feel about today's video. Again, maybe not so much about the stories unless you really want to see that again. Or if you don't want to see it again, I got you. Anything you want, I got you, I got you, I got you. But, how did you feel about the editing? Did you miss the keyboard sounds? Because we didn't have any since we weren't playing in real time. How'd you feel about it? Would you want Minecraft videos that are voiced over, or do you like that keyboard and in real time kind of conversation about the build? I'm down for both, to be honest. But right now I also want to replace all of the fencing that's going to be underneath the water holes. That way we have extra fencing and we can use it for other things. Because I think we're going to need more for this project. Oh, also, with this editing style, I was able to hit record every time that I heard the music playing, so I don't know if you maybe saw a difference in how many times the Minecraft music played this episode, but I think that it was more often than if I were doing live gameplay. I can't really tell though. But what I can tell is that my stomach, he's hungry. I'm hungry. It also looks very dark outside. It's 7:08 now, so it was like 6:30. I don't know, I had said it in the video sometime. But it's still dark. It looks like it might rain. Man, the producer has taken me out on like a surprise adventure today. She's been telling me for a couple weeks that we're going to be doing something she did in her childhood, and that she's really excited for. So I'm excited because she hasn't told me what event this is. And I still don't know what to wear. It's 7:09 and we have to leave at 7:40, so I'm gonna hurry up and try and edit this video and start exporting it for you guys, because man, I'm excited for you to hear this video and to see the progress on this. We're finally done. This is part 2 of the farmhouse and it's complete, so that is amazing news. Let's go ahead and hydrate another time. I'm gonna have to use the bathroom after this. We keep hydrating. We finished. Oh my goodness, I think we finished a whole bottle. Good job. Well, if you finished a whole bottle, good job. But if you didn't drink in today's video, I'm coming for you. I see you. And I know where you live. I don't know where you live. So please don't call me a creep. I'm just messing. I don't know what I'm saying. But I am gonna hydrate. See, the Minecraft music, man, it is just so wonderful. Honestly, I'd be down to leave you here. Stromboli's trying to come in too, so I'll let you enjoy the rest of the music. And yeah, I hope you have a great night. I'll probably come back in after the music, but we'll see. We'll see. still here. I actually did end up pausing this voiceover, and I went to see if I could hear how long the music was gonna go for. It wasn't worth it for me to leave you here, so hello, hello, hello. I'm not saying goodbye to you yet, which is pretty typical of me. I don't know, I feel like I always want to extend our time at the very last second of the video, because it's just so sad. Like, how did an hour go by? I don't know, maybe you're sleeping, maybe I could just start roasting you right now and you're not even gonna know, because you're gonna be sleeping. Should I start roasting? You are doing so good in life. I hate you. I hate you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate you. I'm actually very proud of you. And I'm so proud of you because you made it through another freaking week. I know it was a tough one, but you're making it through each week, so that is something to be proud of. And I, for one, am proud of you. So, good job on pushing through. I hope that you've been eating well too, and I hope you've been hydrating throughout the week. Every single day you need to be hydrating. And overall, I just hope you're healthy. I hope you're doing well. Classes are starting soon if they haven't already for you, so get ready for that mindset. You're gonna do great this year. And hey, I'll be here along the way to help you relax when it's gonna, whenever it's gonna get stressful. I got you. Again, I'm always here for you. I really am so grateful for this opportunity, like this channel in general. I really do. I love this channel, and I love all of you. You guys are absolutely amazing, and you mean the world to me. Again, this is just something that was a childhood dream for me, and I never wanted like millions of subscribers, but I wanted to be able to give back to people, especially in the ASMR community. This isn't my first or even second ASMR channel, it's my third. And so, I really do appreciate you and your time. I appreciate you for being here and listening to me yap, especially when I'm yapping about nothing, So, thank you. And thank you for not being judgmental, at least not to my face, but you are also more than welcome to criticize. I'm always open to criticism. I do think that is very valuable. And if you ever need me to change something, I got you. Let me know. What can I do better? What can I improve? We've been together for about a year now, so I would hope that you're a little comfortable telling me, hey, Baked, I didn't like the audio in this video, or, you know what I mean. And you do typically let me know when you love something, so I really do appreciate that. I love the feedback. But I also do understand that not everyone comments, because I'm not that way either. So, don't worry if you're just a viewer, you're a silent viewer. I still appreciate you, and your time, of course. So, thank you for being you, and thank you for supporting me. Just some wacky freaking individual over here, yapping in her basement, with 4 crazy cats who try to interrupt every video. Oh man, yeah, this has just been such a pleasure to build such a great community with you. It's like we wouldn't have such a great community without you, and I really do think that says something. And I am happy that we don't have millions of people in the community, because then I get to really focus on each and every one of you. So I'm just so happy for the opportunity. I feel very honored that you're listening to me right now. Again, hoping that you're sleeping, because then we're getting real intimate here. No, but seriously, even if you aren't sleeping, I hope someone tell you that you are loved, you're cared for, and you're doing great. You're doing great in life. Even if you don't know what you're doing, like as your next step, hey, a lot of people don't. It's okay to not have it figured out right now. Anyways, you see more music coming through, and look, we are done with the farm. We've got 2 scarecrows in here, but overall, this farm is looking amazing. Look at how massive this thing is. And it's raining. It's a gorgeous way to end the video. And I did end up adding a bunch of lighting. So hopefully, the scary mobs don't spawn in here, especially creepers. I'm just showing you around everywhere. Where I added the lighting, it's on every single cobblestone around the border, and then the glowstone on a fence post is very randomly spread out throughout the farm. There is no method to my madness. I just wanted lighting in very random places. And then, yeah, the 2 scarecrows. Only wheat will be grown here. I think that might be the only thing we can grow. But we're back here in this cozy farmhouse. You can see the wheat at all angles. That's what I was trying to show you here. I really like the view. I kind of wish that we had a window facing the backyard, but I really do enjoy the fireplace as well. Oh yeah, and I ended up fixing, I might show you here. Let's see. Oh no, I'm actually showing you some detail I added underneath the house and on top. I've got some, plants on top, on the main floor of the house, and then the producer said it would be cute to add some mushrooms in that little hole underneath the border of the house, since it's kind of darker under there, and I thought that was a great idea. But then I also wanted to add some lighting in there. Here's our second scarecrow. But overall, I am so happy that we completed this build today. I don't know if I could take another episode.